What about this? This recruiter said she won't use candidates who ask about money first. You call someone up. You say, "Hi, Billy. It's Richie Rich Rosen, and I want to talk to you about a position I'm working on. How much?" What do you say?
What are you looking for?
You tell me first. I'm not going to undersell myself, Rich. I don't even know you.
Yeah, that's great. But hey, listen, I got a lot of opportunities. Is it, is it really all about the money for you, or what's
So,
the real
honestly,
situation?
so you're not calling me about one
Hang
job.
on. It's what's going on in your situation. You're getting into the whole conversation. Why, hey, I mean, is it just about the money? Is it about, is there a real reason you're looking? What's happening in your situation?
Who said I'm looking? Okay, you called me out of the blue. Okay,
Yeah,
I just let me ask you this: are you calling about a specific job, or you just want to chat?
Well, I love to chat, but but yeah, listen, I've got a lot of different opportunities. I've been doing this for 30 years. So listen, it's I always get new opportunities in. I've got a great role right now that fits your background. You probably saw the email I sent you the day before. You know, I'm probably a good person for you to know, for Christ's sake.
Well, you know what? Your emails are very brief. Okay, so they don't really tell me too much. Hi, I'm Rich Rosen. Call me. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't call you.
Some are more meat than others, and the longer you go in the email campaign, the more information you get.
Hey, Richie Rich, just let me, he said he's got to go fast, so I've got to roll him through the grinders before he leaves, okay? So you're not going to tell the person the money on any one job. Is that what you're saying? That's clear, isn't it, Timmy?
Listen,
Timmy,
listen. There's many of gray reason. Never say never. There's usually for me, if that's their only motivation for looking, it's not really exciting to me. But I'll tell them, listen, you can make $1 million. Depends how good you are.
okay, you don't know what their motivation is at this point.
Not yet.
But they want to make sure. Listen, people. This was discussed at length. Okay, people say, "Why should I waste my time with this recruiter if the job is way outside of my needs?"
Which is a fair point. So you can just tell them, listen, I don't work on roles below $300,000. Some are higher. Very few are ever low.
But look, they'll say, "Look, that I'm giving. You might be willing to pay a lot more than I'm saying. I'm not going to undersell myself by going first."
Well, that's fantastic. I get paid on what you get. I'm not going to undersell you either. It's okay. But
then
listen,
why won't you tell me? Why won't you tell me? Why are you forcing me into the corner?
Because listen, if I tell you the role pays $200,000 and you're making $100,000, what does that do for you? You're not going to get $200,000.
Well, you probably won't want me if I'm only $100,000 anyway, right?
You never know. But
I don't know. I don't think Rich has made a good case here. What do you think, Tim? He's done really poorly. Okay.
No, I mean, look, Rich has been successful for years at doing this, and if that works for him, that's great. I mean, I'm not going to tell Rich he's wrong. I may have a different approach.
Which means you're wrong. Okay, yeah. What's your approach, Tim?
Look, what I try to do is have a fairly transparent conversation, and I agree 100% with Rich that it's not really always about the money. Although we don't do this shit for free. I don't work for free. Do you work for free? Rich, do you work for free?
Absolutely not.
No. So it is about the money. But there's context, right? And so when everybody says,
hang on. It all depends. If someone's coming at you like animals coming at you, it's basically go fuck yourself. All right. Because that conversation's not going anywhere anyway. If someone's like, hey, listen, I'm not really open, but I'm just curious. Hey, what's it pay? Yeah, listen, all right, we can have a conversation. It's all context. Animal likes to pin things down like it's yes or no, black or white. And this is why he's stuck in Canada. You know
what? Look how this guy projects on me. He says, it's a fuck you conversation. No, his is a fuck you conversation. He's telling me, go jump in the lake. I am not going to tell you some vital information, okay?
What if I tell this guy pays $135 and he hangs up before I even get it out of my mouth?
He's not going to do that. There's no clue that he's just going to hang up. You're making a straw man argument.
Oh, good Lord.
I think it comes down to the attitude that you're getting on the phone, right? And you have to accept that you've called somebody out of the blue, you've interrupted their day, they probably get a dozen of these calls and they don't want to waste their time.
Yeah.
So, but I think that, you know, these people that run around and say, hey, post the salary and the job. Okay, great. Well, make them post their turnover rate, right? Like, tell me that. Because when they tell me that, when they say, well, what's it pay? I'll go, I'm happy to have a transparent conversation around that, but let's get to know each other. And because it's not about the pay, it's about the value.
What are you
And
saying?
I could give
First,
you,
I thought
could
you were
give you 100.
disagreeing with Rich. Now
No,
you're coming around to his
Ray,
point of view.
No,
I mean, Rich,
I
you
think
put him
Ray,
on the
you go,
defensive.
baby.
He stopped you for a second. Now
No,
you're saying, well,
I'm
you know,
gonna-
let's get to know each other first, okay?
I'm
David
gonna-
and Mar was blabbing away on the chat, which I can't follow. You want to tell us what they say up in heaven, Dave, about this?
So I would say something like, hey, you know, I work with many clients, and if you want me to represent you, help me help you. I'm paid by getting you placed, and the more you make, the more I make.
Thank you. That's great. It's a nicer version of what I said.
Yeah, he didn't say
Yeah.
anything either, okay?
But
Dave,
if I told
there's
you
a
about it-
rejoinder. Let me
if-
take him apart, okay? But Dave, why won't you you want to help me? Why won't you tell me what you're paying?
Well, I'm a third-party recruiter, so I don't ultimately make the offer.
Don't they give you an idea what to search for? Okay, if I tell you I'm looking
They
for
give
$1
me the
million bucks, you're
criteria,
going to present
They
me to
give
the
me the
company?
qualifications, but ultimately the salary range that you get is going to be based upon a myriad of factors. Your experience, how you interview, how your experience aligns with the requirements of the role, and how much you impress them with your capabilities and accomplishments.
Exactly. Animal, you can't pin someone down. If someone's only motivation, they're not going to talk to you unless you know the number. And you tell them, hey, listen, I can promise you it's in the range because I'm not wasting my time on some piddly search. All right. But I mean, the end of the day is let's see if it's even a fit, or if this isn't, what else is? Because
You know what?
you know,
I think you guys are putting the candidate on the defensive. You're saying I'm
No,
not
No,
transparent.
actually, we're not. What we're doing is we're assessing the candidates because ultimately every recruiter wants to represent A players, right? The top of the notch in their field. The B's and the C's, yeah, you can place on occasion, but the A players are who you know you want to place. So you want to get to know the A players, and if they're not willing to work with you or play ball, then they're a cowboy.
No,
They're an A player.
Amy, I'm going to quote Amy, who said she's made a lot of money placing B and C players.
yeah,
Okay?
that's great.
Not every company
Google
needs
and
A
Microsoft.
players.
Big fucking deal. All right. I
If
mean,
a third
I
party,
love me some
third-party
Amy
agency-
Miller, but you know, she's got an easy brand.
exactly.
And
No,
it-
no, but
that
she
doesn't-
used to
that
work-
doesn't make her
That's
not
fine.
awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, that's like saying, hey, I'm the Coca-Cola dealer, right? And well, okay, you can place Coca-Cola in anywhere.
can you place?
Shouldn't
No,
it?
no, she
players?
used to work
Absolutely.
before she
But
was corporate. She
you're
was
not
an
gonna-
agency recruiter.
You're not going to lead with a B or C candidate. You're going to lead with the A players that you get from the job descriptions for the clients you have. Now, if it's a shitty client, just like the same, then you're not going to likely send your A players because they can't afford them anyway. So you're going to send the B and C squad.
Well, you shouldn't be working on it anyway. Is the point.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? It's a Hail Mary. It's low hanging fruit. You take who you got and you send them over and move on.
Well, that's it. Those are split deals. The B's and C's you get for people on.
Here's the bottom line for me. If I've called them about a specific job and they want to talk about the money on the front end, I'm going to say, hey, my client has targeted a bottom end of X with a target of X plus, but that's not the high end. And I don't really want to get into the high end because, your resume doesn't match that or something. I'm going to give them some numbers. I am. That's me.
But
I'll be happy to give you some
you're not
idea.
You're not giving them the exact number. You're going to say, listen, I'm going to tell, listen, it's north. Like, if you're calling someone, they're generally, I know if I'm calling them, I know generally where they should be at. And I'm going to tell them, listen, it's going to be north of 300. It's probably going to be more than where you're at today. But listen, I don't know enough about what your situation is. And as Dave said, hey, listen, all it's going to depend how you interview. If you they'll blow their numbers out probably. But if you,
and I'm going to say, look, I don't know enough about you, and you don't know enough about my client to assess whether that number is a value, right?
Yeah, like we've all had deals where, hey, we can pay you $1,000, we can pay you $1 million, if you hit your quota, but no one ever hits their quota. To what Tim was saying earlier, no one's making the numbers. There's constant turnover. And who cares what they're paying you? You're never going to.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a 50% raise, but you're going to work for a total asshole.
Exactly.
Is that worth it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it is, because we all got to eat, and people, to Tim Sackett's
guys are,
point, people will put up with a lot of crap
before,
for a lot
so
of
I'm letting
money.
you ramble now. You're going way off into left field. Okay. let's come back to the original question. And I have an answer for you guys, which I don't usually for this one, but I do now. Okay.
Oh, boy.
But no, and I'll give you that after.
This
This recruiter said she refuses to talk to somebody who insists on knowing the money. And it sounds like you guys agree with her. If this person, if they're like, I was my
you use all these ultimate words. These always, never is refused. Nothing is 100%.
You came out very strongly struggling with this person. I am not going to give you them. I'm not going to give you the number. Okay.
But it's not always. There's never an always.
It's 99% of the time. I could tell from the way you were fighting with me. Okay.
That's who gives you the stats.
Exactly.
Here's the bottom line. If you're an asshole, I'm not going to work with you anyway.
Bingo.
Who
If
said he
you
was
come
an
on as an
asshole?
asshole, I'm not
But
going to
you're
pursue you to a client because you're going to be an
an
asshole.
asshole.
No, not asking about it doesn't make you an asshole. How you ask about it makes you an asshole. So you can absolutely ask about it, and I'll entertain that conversation. But if you come on like an asshole, then I'm not going to represent you no matter what, because I don't want to place an asshole with my client.
It's the same guy that's like the asshole to the waiter at the restaurant.
There you go.
It's all in the tone of voice.
Okay. Heaven wanted to say something.
No, I was going to say it all boils down to how you present yourself. Most people are going to be open to a recruiter call. If they've had bad experiences, then you may have to do a little, defense to show that you're not that asshole recruiter. But once you win them over and you have a conversation with them, if it's not a fit, you can civilly come to that conclusion collectively. And if hey, they're busy where they're at and timing's horrible, then you move on and I'll keep you posted down the road.
Laying groundwork for future calls.
Exactly. And future clients or candidates.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that in the way you guys were saying. You guys clearly,
because you're too busy barking about how much money am I going to get paid.
That's the question here. She says I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk to anybody, and you guys seem to agree with her. It's no point in talking to somebody because look, Tim came up with this. Well, someone's an asshole. Who said he was an asshole? I just want to know if we're in the right ballpark money wise before I talk to you.
If they're not an asshole,
that doesn't make me an asshole. Tim, wake up.